Growing up, there was this girl who lived nearby my house, and she was sweet and kind and nice. And she actually was a family friend. And she's around my age, and I'm a few months older than her, basically. And for context, y'all, last summer, so the summer of 2025, she's back home from college, and I'm doing an internship as part of college. My internship was 5 days a week, 9 to 5. And as someone who goes to the gym 5 times a week, and with the internship in the way, I had to go to the gym in the evenings, most days, as I was so used to going at lunch times before. And to my surprise, I coincidentally start seeing this girl at the gym. The very same gym that I go to. And before I move on, y'all, I just want to say this real quick. So for context, when I was around 16, I had a slight crush on her. I kinda found her cute, I ain't gonna lie, and sweet. Nothing major or anything. And I remember adding her on Snapchat, and we had a brief conversation by sending each other snaps back and forth. And as sad and depressing as it sounds, up until this very point in life, I've never been in a relationship before. I've never had a girlfriend in my 20 plus years of living. So I've been single my whole entire life. Whole another story for another video. But I reckoned I could potentially have a good chance of getting my first real girlfriend. She knows who I am and my family and vice versa. So I figured, look man, I'm very certain she's single. She knows I'm not an evil, bad person. And I'm very certain that I'm gonna make her my girlfriend. And I was so convinced about this. And I remember the first time we made eye contact with each other at the gym. I went up to her and talked to her for like 2 or 3 minutes. Just a casual catch up. That sort of thing. And I don't know why, but it was during this time and at this point, I started to become very obsessed with her. And I was starting to have a huge crush on her. And I was just thinking, wow, I could potentially start a relationship with her. Someone I knew growing up. And it would literally be so ideal. And it was around this time that I added her on Instagram. She added me back a while later. And I continued the very first conversation that we had at the gym on Instagram. And she answered a few of my messages. Then I sent some more. And then she left me undelivered. 1, 2, 3, 4 days passed by and still no response. And me being a stupid moron, I genuinely thought that she probably was busy with work and with life in general. And I was thinking, I'm gonna leave her be and let her respond to my messages when she's free. Yet in today's age, you all know everybody has a phone. Access to an internet connection, social media and whatnot. And yet as days and weeks passed by, I was still left undelivered. And I started to become very, very obsessed with her. And since I've been going to the gym 5 times a week, I figured out her pattern and her schedule on the days she was going to the gym at. I'm not trying to sound like a creep or a stalker, y'all feel me? And I don't want to push that message across. And since I had the option to work from home, I chose to work from home on certain days so that I could match her schedule. Y'all feel me? And I guess part of me wanted to see her more often so that maybe she'd notice me a bit more, take interest in me, and potentially we'd go on a date sometime. You know what the most insane thing is? I genuinely thought that she was too busy or too stressed out or something. And I literally see her on her phone in between her sets at the gym, scrolling, texting, whoever, and whatever, and I'm still left undelivered. And I feel so stupid, man. I changed my life schedule, my internship routine, my work from home setup, all that sort of stuff, just for her. All of that just so I could see her at the gym more, get her to notice me, and start a relationship with her. And I even remember asking ChatGPT. I asked artificial intelligence for assistance. And I was giving it my whole backstory, asking what I should say to her, how should I approach her at the gym without making it awkward, all that sort of stuff. And then towards the end of June of 2025, and mind you, I'm still left on delivered, probably like 4, 5, 6 weeks by now. And I was at the gym, and she actually was using a machine that I needed to use. And once she was actually done with the machine, she started cleaning it. And I forced myself to stop whatever I was doing. I think I was at the rowing machine or something. And mind you, it had been like 6 or 7 weeks by now, so more than a month, since we had our very first human interaction and conversation at the gym. And the conversation I tried to strike up again as she was cleaning the machine. It was so bland. Like, think of the most basic, generic conversation ever. That was literally it. You know, nothing too special, nothing too crazy. You'll feel me? And I kind of noticed she looked like she didn't even want to talk to me at all. And probably like less than 2 minutes in, she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, but I gotta get going." And around 1, 2, or 3 weeks after our second conversation at the gym, I was slowly starting to lose interest in her. I'm still left undelivered, probably like 6, 7 weeks later. And our last conversation at the gym ain't even genuine. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still seeing her scroll on her phone in between her sets at the gym, texting whoever and whatever. So it's literally deliberate that she don't want anything to do with me. Then comes second week of July, and I say to myself, I'm done playing games. She's giving me signals that she ain't interested, and why even bother trying to impress her when it's pointless and going nowhere? And we're now in the second week of April of 2026, so it's been about 9 months since I stopped caring. I'm happy I don't think much of her no more. For context, y'all, I'm actually still left undelivered on Instagram. So like, I don't know, nearly 10 months later, I think. 10.5 months. And the crazy thing is, she still posts stories and pictures on her Instagram account. And it kind of hurts to see that what she's done to me was intentional and deliberate. And it kind of makes me sad. I saw her as a smart, good, kind, and sweet person growing up. And to see this other side of her is brutal. But I kind of want to address something. And I feel like I made a mistake on my end. And that is, I should have taken initiative and the courage of going up to her and asking her out at the gym or outside the gym or whatever. Yes, however, I was too scared, shy, and nervous to do so. But regardless, even seeing the kind of person she is and was, and the sort of posts and stories she puts up on her Instagram, asking her out and being in a relationship with her wouldn't even be worth it at all, in my opinion. What are your all thoughts on this, ladies and gentlemen? Do you all have any similar experiences that you'd like to share? Please comment them down below. I'd love to read it and respond back. If you all want to see more content like this, be sure to like and subscribe, as I have a whole bunch of similar content that I think y'all would be interested in. But honestly, just to kind of summarize this video and my opinions, respect yourself and be confident. Thanks for stopping by. This is Pomegranate 454 signing out.